as they speak to us on other aspects of the economy and governance in the country, I also appeal to them that also do not undermine the credentials of a disciplined youth that emerges from Kenya. Let us not also undermine our own credentials. We have achieved something through our young people as being disciplined, focused. Let us also make sure that that specific strength or attribute is not undermined by our actions that do not reflect discipline as we go forward. It could have an impact on the great opportunities that we are providing both outside and even internally. We must not scare potential industrialists on the ability of our young people and the character of our young people. It is important that that remains a pivotal aspect of where we want to go. I can give examples. Right now, Germany, through their parliament, have said they have a gap of about 250,000 unskilled people. Skilled people who want to recruit globally. Let Kenya provide maybe the bulk of that. And bilateral agreements are being negotiated. Labor agreements are being negotiated to that. We have other agreements within the European Union and others we are about to conclude another one with the United Arab Emirates, SEPA. And we are in motion with other Gulf states as well, anchoring a proper legal framework that will support our young people as they go into some of these places. There's a program that is also running as we speak, where the UK, for instance, has been coming in, and so far they have taken close to 2,000 young people in the agricultural sector in the United Kingdom. And they are now saying that this is the place. Only a few weeks ago, they were here again going through a recruitment process because there's good talent here. So you are laying the base and the foundation for a very strong engagement. But as we look outside, we must also not lose sight of the fact that at the end of the day, most of the jobs will be home-based. The bulk of the jobs will still be here in Kenya. And therefore, we must collectively work together so that industry can expand, agriculture can expand, the technological ICT space can expand, and other areas, so that the absorption, the greater absorption, remains here. Because we also need those young men and women to work here, anchored by those who get opportunities outside. So we all have a challenge, and I can tell you that as we reform, as we put the corrective measures in place going forward, our key anchor must be peace and stability, so that that environment can be conducive for everybody to go about their activities. It is easy to take it for granted, but I can tell you there's no peace in Sudan today. They are scattered. 23 million people, or 25, are facing a serious humanitarian crisis and total hunger. 10 million have been displaced. In some of our neighboring countries, there are serious challenges. So let's not, as a community, as a society, take our peace and stability for granted. Let us take corrective measures, but let us not undermine the peace and stability. The countries that have suffered have taken up to 40 years to start showing signs of recovery. Somalia went into chaos. It is now they're beginning to show a little bit of recovery. 40 years. So if you're a young person today and your country does not recover in 40 years, if you are 18 or if you are 20 and your country is thrown into turmoil for the next 40 years, tell me where you will be. So it is important that we look at it more broadly and we encourage our young people as we express ourselves that there must be a very clear indication that peace and stability are critical. The Sahel region is in devastation. Some people don't go to school whatsoever. So who are we breeding in those countries when nobody goes to school? What kind of nationals is the continent creating in different parts? So I feel this particular sitting that we do what is right. Those in leadership and in authority is right. Those in school and whatever do what is right, so that we handle with dignity and integrity the responsibilities we have at every stage in our human life calendar, so that we can be able to move forward in a more positive manner going forward. So I just see for yourself what is happening in Sudan. It is very, very disheartening and very sad. We may think it's a game, but just go and switch it on and see for yourself. It is not fashionable to have a crisis of that magnitude in your country. We have a country to protect. Let us work together. We have made mistakes along the way. And don't be cheated. We will also make mistakes as we go forward. There's no regime, there's no system. For as long as you're a human being, once in a while you stumble. Our forefathers were there. They did what they did. You cannot say they never made mistakes. They did make mistakes, but they held on to the country. We are here today. We shall make our mistakes, all of us. But the country must not go down with our mistakes, because there'll be another generation to come and take over. These are the critical issues that I think we all need to really ponder over and reflect upon. And I can tell you, resuscitating an economy is not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not instant coffee. It takes time. And sometimes it can take a very, very long time. Sit back and imagine what it might take to reconstruct Gaza today. We must reflect on some of those things. So as we move forward, what happens? We must also look at the young people you are training in the TVETs here. The truth be told, some of them are self-employed. They are making their beds. They are making furniture in certain aspects of our cities and our urban areas. Now, just imagine you as a TVET, you have done your graduate, you've done your best, you've taken time, you've designed your bed, or you've designed the piece of furniture, and some people just come and damage it and ruin it. You have spent money, perhaps you have, it's on credit from a financial institution or a cooperative society. Those guys will not wait for you. They'll want their payment. But somebody somewhere has just come and damaged it. That's not right. Even if you are expressing yourselves, why are you impoverishing the young men and women who are the TVET? Because the truth be told, at my age, Musalia Mudavadi, I am now old, I cannot learn that skill. I would be a very slow operator of the kind of skills that you're dealing with. So who are you undermining when you hit at those places? You're undermining the young people of this country. Not Musalia Mudavadi, the young people. So I thought that sometimes we should not shy away from speaking to some of these issues, but in a sober manner, so that we all reflect on them. We take criticism as it comes, we learn from it, but always a moment of meditation, taking a step back and reflecting. How would you sleep if you know you have destroyed somebody's life savings, another young person's life savings? How do you sleep? Does it feel good? I don't know. But I think I would have nightmares if I know I have been destroying my sister's or my brother's business enterprise in Chavakali, or in Kakamega, or in Nyeri, or in Lunga Lunga, or in Isbania. So let's take a moment as a country and reflect on some of these issues. So ladies and gentlemen, it is now my opportunity to say that by the powers vested in me by the TVET Act, number 29 of 2013, and Executive Order number 1 of 2022, I officially release the March-April 2024 assessment results and declare that TVET SADC